Okay, it's May, but this is March's box because I've fallen far behind, but that's okay because time is an illusion. So we're gonna get right into it. Uh, so they're back to their standard sort of cow-inspired design after 2 months of the last prisoner project style boxes, which I really liked. They were cool in the sort of green and blue, but we're back here to the standard Nugg Club box. Branding cards, we'll just set those aside. Now, the thing that stands out most is, I'm going to try and turn this box up, but there's like more stuff than can be easily presented. So this is about, I think I said this before, but as full as this box has ever been packed in my experience. And a lot of edibles. So it's a mukbang now? I don't know. Someone tell me what those are. I think this is what that is. But before we get into that, let's just open this guy right here, which I was very excited about and actually already popped open because I didn't think it'd be anything special, so I didn't think I'd be ruining any surprises, but I was wrong. This is a disposable vape, half gram, by, wow, what is this company called? Oh, Lime. That's not the flavor. It's the company. Okay, so it's Lime, and the strain is Sour Tangie, which is a Sativa, and it comes in at 84.82% THC, and it was packaged back in November of 2020, so not too long ago. So that's good. They're getting it pretty rapidly. Really cute orange resealable package there. I had to snip the top off already to get into it. But yeah, beyond that, no surprises on the packaging. But let me pop it open and show you guys. I guess first how child safe it is. So one, we've got all of the nonsense that comes with that seal, but two, it's in a little plastic cylinder that's not, it's not your usual like squeeze and pop, and in fact just pulling on it won't get you very far. There's this neat little mechanism that you like push in and then the whole thing twists. It comes right off. So also resealable, fairly child safe. A clever child is going to get into it, but so it goes. But what stands out to me and may stand out to you is the design of this, because this isn't your standard cig-alike, opaque, skinny canister. It's got, well, one, this like lovely orange color, but two, you can see the cartridge, and you can see the oil, which is a wonderful, very light yellow, verging on like a little hint of gold color. And there's no buttons. It just says Lime in green. So very slick looking. I really like the look of it. It's super like futuristic and seems like the sci-fi dream that we always hoped vaping would be. The one thing I don't like is, besides keeping it in its little tube here, there's no way to protect the mouthpiece, and it's got a big flat surface there, which sort of collects sort of the resin. It's not really resin, but like residue from the vapor as you use it. But yeah, check that out. Look how cute that is. I love it. As I said, it is a disposable, so it's not rechargeable, but it came charged and ready to go. Word to the wise, the air intake is actually right here. I made that mistake the first time I used it and accidentally put my finger over this little pinhole. It's hard to get a good airflow with your finger over the only opening. So don't do that. But beyond that, no buttons to click. Nothing fancy to do. Just drag off of it and you get the regular effect. But before I even do that, I want to comment that it smells really strongly like tangerines. So, I've mentioned in the past, a lot of these live resins that Nugg Club's been sending me don't particularly smell different strain to strain, and even flavor wise, they, verge on this sort of like drier sheets, sort of generic green flavor. This is flavored, or at least scented. So give it a try. And you may have noticed it lights up down at the bottom. Not a lot, but it's there, so you do know it's working. Like I said, it tastes like it smells. It's, tangerine flavored, which is nice because it's a sativa, which you usually think of being light, creative, that sort of thing. So it's the right flavor to match with the effects, which I always like. It's a little bit weird when you get something billed as like a pure sativa and it tastes like gasoline. It's very harsh. This is light. It's got maybe the little hintiest of like a pine element to it. But for the most part, like really strong, like canned tangerine smell that comes through over everything else. So yeah, I love it. I think this is really cute. It's maybe not as slick as we saw like that green Alien Labs one, which is a little smaller and more like sort of USB drive shaped. But those didn't stand upright, and this one will, which is very nice. I do love that. So that is my first disposable vape. And I'll set him over here, that out of the way, and sort of slide through and cheat a little bit, because I'm going to get these vapes out of the way early, since they're not as visually exciting. So real quick, here we have another Kurvana, Northern Lights. Ascend is the sort of, within a brand, I think. But yeah, Northern Lights is a strain. That's an indica on here. They have it listed as earthy, pine, sweet, a deeply floral breath of fresh mountain air that elevates your mental altitude. That's a mouthful. Elevates your mental altitude. So there's a 0.5 gram cartridge coming in at 96% total cannabinoids, 93.6% THC. So really strong, like really, really strong. The last thing I got that was this strong was that Nox by Centurion, which really threw me for a loop. So I have high hopes for this. Beyond that, I mean, we've seen this packaging before. There's a little button right there, gets clicked in, and then you kind of got to tear this sticker on both sides to lift the top off. But inside is your standard cartridge. So I'm not gonna overly pick this apart. We've seen this a couple times. You can go to my other videos to see what the inside of this looks like. Let's get cool. Oh, perfect. Okay, and then the final vape product is kind of the absolute reverse of this packaging philosophy of being ultra slick and very designer fancy looking. This brand's called Surplus Cartridge Co. And they, company, geez. This is their purified live resin, and they've got a little sticker on there that tells me it's a hybrid called GG4, Gorilla Glue, I would assume. Gorilla Glue number 4. So like indica dominant hybrid, coming in at 75.6% cannabinoids, 73% THC, I believe. Yes, because it's 1 gram. So this guy's a 0.5 gram. This guy from Kurvana, also a 0.5 gram. This one from Surplus is a full gram. So that's nice. And part of their whole marketing shtick, Surplus, is They don't spend any money on the packaging, the advertisements, the celebrity tie-ins, whatever it might be. They just make the cartridges, which I can get behind, as I'm the kind of person that pays for a sight unseen bulk order to save money on cannabis products. This kind of speaks to my sensibilities. Nothing too complicated with the packaging. It tears open and like a Ziploc kind of mechanism here at the top. Oh no. Here we go. Okay, this is child safe only in the sense that like a child might give up out of boredom before they get there. So I wouldn't recommend surplus cannabis to anybody that has weak fingers. Okay, here we go. But inside is full gram cartridge with this really cute forest green top. A very, very earthy smell. So this is fun. Usually with Nugg Club, I've gotten like a sampling of half-gram cartridges. Occasionally I get a 1 gram. This time I do. So that brings me up to a total of 2 grams of vape products, as well as a huge selection of edibles that's about to come up. So when I said this was like one of my like bigger packed boxes, I was not like messing around. This is gonna be fun, but I know what Gorilla Glue tastes like, so I don't think that's gonna be worth overly digging into. I'll set this guy up there maybe. Thread this over there. All right. Now into the really silly stuff. Edibles. This has grown to be my favorite part of the Nugg Club box because I don't really like to risk it on edibles. If I go into a dispensary or something, I am gonna stick with things that I've either tried before or sound like I'm gonna like no matter what. Like chocolates and gummies and cookies, like totally. You can't really mess those up too badly. But Nugg Club has started to branch out a little bit. I don't know if it's just what they're sending me or if their suppliers have gotten a little bit more plentiful, but we're starting to get a whole mess of different things. The first one that stands out to me because it is the first brand name thing I've recognized that I don't think of primarily as a cannabis brand. So here we are living in 2021 when Pabst Blue Ribbon has a seltzer that's cannabis infused. Not very strong. We've got 5 milligrams of THC in this entire 12 fluid ounce can. So, roughly half that of your average gummy. It's not gonna get you very far, but like, I don't know, hopefully as these become more popular, the price comes down and like getting a 6-pack of these would be as cheap as getting, your average like light beer. And that'd be fun. Because not everyone drinks alcohol anymore. But you also don't really always want to be, ripping a vape pen or bringing some sort of like combination of edibles to your average social gathering. And you don't get to gesticulate with a can in your hand. So it's tough to think of cannabis as a replacement for alcohol, especially in a social setting. I know we haven't remember social settings, right? Haven't done that in a while, but someday I hope to be standing with people holding cans of things and talking again. Someday soon, hopefully. This almost certainly should be refrigerated, but who's got time for that? Let's see, anything interesting on this can? Light and refreshing. Fused by Vertosa. Original lemon is the flavor. I don't know if that means there's like a new lemon out there or what, but only 25 calories. So same benefits of these seltzers for cannabis delivery as you see the popularity of seltzers for alcohol delivery. There's no calories in them themselves. So this is as close to like a guilt-free cannabis product as I've seen in a little while. And what's neat about these, And I've seen this in the product by Canna as well. They've got a different top. It's not your normal just pop tab. This thing, one, it's got a tamper seal on it, so that's always nice. And two, it slides open, or pops open, then slides, and it can be resealed. So that's sort of the fun thing about that. Let me move this away from... Okay, all right, we're in business. So I pop this tab open, and there's sort of slits in there already that let it breathe, and that's also the track that it slides along. And then we just have your normal, like, you know, open tap for drinking. So let's give this bad boy a try. Wow, that's lemony. Like, borderline sour, actually. Like you expect from a seltzer, it's pretty carbonated, especially at room temperature. But I like it. Definitely a stronger flavor than that hint of lemon mix that I had last month that was almost offensive in its lack of flavor. This seems like just a lot of citric acid and 3 grams of sugar added. So not very sweet. It is very sour. It's good. I'd recommend it. And again, Pabst Blue Ribbon. So fun to see big names getting into the cannabis industry. Hopefully that brings up the quality of products and diversity of them and reduces the cost. The only other beer brand I've seen do a seltzer is, I believe, Lagunitas, which has a hops flavored seltzer that I like highly recommend. I've never gotten that through Nugg Club, but you can find it at a lot of places around here in Southern California. So if you see it and you already like Lagunitas anyway, I'd recommend giving that a try. But as far as cannabis seltzers go, this has got to be one of the top ones. It's not a beer replacement, but it's an easy seltzer replacement. So yeah, it goes on really smooth. Pretty sour, but I like that. We can get into that. And it might be nice to have with this cannabis infused Chile Limon Canna corn uplifting variety by Higher, a high vibration company who makes elevated healthy snacks. Instructions are to eat and enjoy. So this is fun because most edibles you get are going to be sweet. They're going to be some form of candy or, pastry. So this is a little more on the savory side. We're talking, and crunchy side, which isn't what you always see. Now, the tricky thing is serving size. 10 servings per container. 100 milligrams per bag. So it's that same 10 milligrams THC dose you're used to, but what does that actually translate to? 28 kernels, or 8 grams. I've seen some risky, cookies and stuff where I'm like, who's ever going to divide this tiny thing into 4 pieces? But this is really asking a lot of people who might be under the influence while they're doing it. You gotta keep track of how many you eat. So if you're worried about getting too big of a dose, you might want to pre-measure what you're doing with these, because 28 is a pretty high number to count once you become elevated, as they would say. But let's give this a try, and I'm gonna snip it open because I do want to be able to reseal it later. And the other fun fact that I was just reading on the back is that this appears to be a woman-founded, owned, and operated kind of company. On the back, they got a mother, daughter, and auntie who are ostensibly the leadership team. And, I'm really excited to support that. They say the cannabis industry is one of the most gender equal in terms of ownership and corporate level positions, which is really cool. It'd be great if we could continue moving that trend for all of the companies we support. All right, that's enough talking. Let's Oh, okay. So they were not messing around with the chili. I don't know if you can catch that on camera, but they are like red, like Flamin' Hot Cheetos levels of red. They're very coated. And very crunchy. Okay. Not that spicy, actually. Really not that spicy. More red than spicy. There's kind of a roasted pepper flavor to it, but mostly the corn comes through the strongest, followed by, right at the start, a little citrus tang, and then it finishes a little spicy, but not, if you're someone who's not into spicy stuff, it seems like they really cater to that in the cannabis industry. Even like the spicy passion fruit gummies were really not that spicy. So I don't know. That's the next frontier. Something truly spicy that's cannabis infused. It was like 10 kernels, so a third of a dose, I guess. So that's actually not too bad. That's not like too little to have gotten your fix, I suppose. But definitely, if I sat down with this bag next to me, I could put this away while watching like one episode of a TV show. So watch out, even though it's low calorie, only 40 calories per serving, and not that strong. I suspect this could sneak up on you because 100 milligrams will put most people down. And I don't know, bag this big of crunchy, lemony corn. You can go through that real fast. So, 2 thumbs up for me because happy to see more savory products and excited that this is just good. Like, this works as a sort of snack thing on its own. Whether or not it was cannabis infused, I would eat this. I don't know if I'd buy this at whatever price it is if it didn't have cannabis in it, but I definitely eat this. Yeah. The brand is higher again. And, oh, yeah, it also says at the bottom, a woman-owned company in big print. So even though I had a lot of questions about that, it was kind of answered for me. Put that bad boy. Ooh. Yes. Freestanding. Okay. Now, the next thing that kind of catches my eye, because it's small and cute, is this guy. So this is by Potli, and it is a cannabis-infused chili oil. Oh, so I got ahead of myself. Here's something spicy. This is chili oil. Variety listed, no strain, but going up, enhanced mood and creativity. I've got this little sort of bib on there. But besides this thing, which is, oh, nutrition facts, okay. Just gonna go ahead and set that aside. This is an adorable little container. Like, take a look at this. It's like not a cheap plastic thing, the top is, but the container itself is hefty enough that I suspect it's glass. Packaged in 2020 as well, but expires in 2022, so I've got some time on there. What's interesting is this container, although it's small, half a fluid ounce, is still a whole container. There's only 1 dose of 10 milligrams THC. So it's not going to get you terribly far just as a little dab seasoning here or there, but we're starting to verge into the area of like straight up cooking ingredients, right? Like if you wanted to use chili oil in anything, you could use this chili oil and it'd give it a little extra kick. I don't see many people doing that, although I think Vice had a really cool show where they cooked with cannabis, so the possibilities are there. But yeah, family recipe passed down through generations, perfect for salads, soups, ingredients, and yeah, so that's their idea too, right? Like, you know, take this, sprinkle it on something, give it a little kick. I don't know. Let's try it. Let's get messy here. Tamper sealed. Always nice to see. And it's got this little child safety cap, so you gotta press it down before it'll open. And voila. Here's our little guy. It's definitely chili oil colored. I'm gonna do this, I guess. All right. That's really light. It's not actually that heavy of an oil. It's not olive oil, I don't think. It is just straight up chili oil. So it's got a lot of like good like bell peppery sort of flavor in the back, and then up front it's spicy. So I'm eating my words in real time. Spicy cannabis products exist. The truth is out there. So maybe pro move, I'll pour this onto this and make it so gross I can't touch it with my hands anymore, but it'll make it spicier and have a little bit more of a kick in terms of cannabis production. Yeah, so that was Potli. Like I said, 10 milligrams THC in half of a fluid ounce of chili oil. I don't know. This could be fun. If I'd had this open, Cinco de Mayo would have been a good time to use it. But yeah, if you've got an idea for an application of this, let me know, because I'm clearly at a loss. Drop it below in the comments. Yeah. Now, what do we have left? You might say, because I'm already through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 to 7 products is what I'm used to getting. Well, I still have 3, 4 things left. No, one of them's not that exciting. This is a Nugg Club battery to go with the Kurvana and surplus cartridges there, obviously. So some people have asked me, will you get everything you need to use the cartridges? And the answer is yeah, most of the time. They'll send a battery that fits with the cartridges you're using, or it'll be self-contained like that disposable right there. So what do we have in this container? Charge cord, little pen looking, got a button on it, 510 threaded battery. No muss, no fuss, just really straightforward. I got another one from Nugg Club in the past that has lasted me well over a year of on and off usage, so they don't seem to be especially cheap or anything. So yeah, thanks Nugg Club. Got a battery to go in my battery collection, and potentially throw one of these new cartridges on. Oh no. There we go. There we go. There we go. Doing great. Okay. All right. So, like I said, 3 more edibles. Let's see. I recognize this. Papa and Barkley. And again, man and his dog. Who's to say which is which? But they made one of the best chocolates I've ever tried in terms of cannabis-infused chocolates that I tried a little ways back. Really enjoyed the flavor, the consistency, everything about it. So I have high hopes for this. Now these are Relief gummies, with leaf spelled L-E-A-F. And it is berry burst flavor. 5 milligrams THC per serving. 20 servings per package. 0 calories per serving. Interesting. Yeah. Directions: start with 1 gummy, wait 2 hours. We'll see about that. Good for whole body wellness, occasional pain, sleep, and relaxation. With a little asterisk, because I assume those statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. But yeah, let's see what this man and his dog have for us this time. Wow, that's pretty funny. There's a Ziploc mechanism in there, but it came unglued from the inside of the packaging, so it's not actually going to be resealable anymore. That's okay. I'll figure it out. But what do we have in here? Smell-wise, Berry Burst adds up. It smells like those Lifesaver gummies that they used to make. I don't know if they still make those. They were like multiple flavors, and they came in a roll. Anyway, they are sort of oblong shaped, and they've got a bee on them, the same one from the packaging, and fairly squishy feeling, because these are listed as vegan, and in the past when I've gotten vegan gummies, some of them have been pretty tough beef jerky like, so we'll see. Not tough. Also not very chewy or gummy like. Strong berry flavor, tastes exactly how it smells. Like this color purple down here, verging on a lavender kind of color. It's a little bit tangy, so a little like blackberry, boysenberry sort of element, but for the most part, sweet, and not crumbly, but almost bordering on mealy. So again, vegan gummy. Nice because no animals were involved in the making of it, if that's your thing. Not so nice in that the texture isn't very gummy-like. But, like, end of the day, you're not eating these because you wanted a delicious gummy. You're eating these because they've got 5 milligrams of THC. So, yeah, not my favorite. I'd rank the chocolate above this in terms of succeeds as both the food element and the cannabis element, but I guess we'll wait and see how the infused element of this plays out. Yeah, so Papa and Barkley, Berry Burst, 20 gummies. Moving right along. Oh, it's all falling apart. Oh no! All right, close enough. Goodbye, cartridge. What remains? Boom, another vegan THC gummy. This by Elefante. Gluten-free, non-GMO, no corn, vitamin C. Vitamin C? One of these is not like the others. Okay, let me try that again. Vegan, gluten-free, non-GMO, no corn, vitamin C, THC distillate. Made with tapioca syrup and cane sugar. Our passion is creating holistic, delicious, and effective treats to enrich your life. Have an elefantastic day. Try one gummy, wait 2 hours. You can always eat more, never less. Good advice. Watch out, guys. One gummy at a time. Flavor is watermelon, if I didn't already say that. And these are handmade in San Francisco. So, fun, local. I guess everything kind of has to be, but I always like to hear where they're doing that. And by local, I mean same state as me. Obviously, I'm in Southern California. Not in San Francisco right now. Okay. Pull apart from openings on front and back. Oh. Fascinating. Okay. So there's a little slit on the side here so you can actually get some grip on there to split open this zip seal. And inside are these. They're cute. They're not all the same shape, so I fully believe they are handmade. And they look like little cubes that are covered in kind of sugar crystals, much like you might expect from like those sour watermelon candies or other Sour Patch varieties. So let's give one of these a try. Okay. Very squishy. There's a nice crunch, obviously, because it was coated in sugar. And the sugar, I think, is where all the citric acid is, because it's got a nice tang to it. But the watermelon flavor is really strong. Like, it comes through very clearly. And it's sweet. Bordering on too sweet, actually. Super sweet, super watermelon. Lightly tangy. And like a really, really soft texture. Like I crunched right through that and it just sort of like crumbled apart. I think having the sugar on the outside does a great job sort of like disguising the texture. So honestly, yeah, I'd rate this as the best vegan gummy I've ever had. Yeah, so far at least. And like I said, they're the same strength. Oh no, they're not. Ooh. They're 10 milligrams per piece. So these are coming in at twice as strong as the Papa and Barkley one, but we have the same total amount per container. Yeah, I don't know. Super cute packaging. I love their sort of logo. It's this little boxy elephant, so he's the same shape as the candy themselves, and there's this like really borderline psychedelic beehive action going on behind it. Overall, really cute. Really fun little package too, not overdoing it. Some of these, this Pop and Barkley one is probably bigger than it needs to be. That's not too much of a knock, but you know, it is what it is. Okay. And last thing in the box. So my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, eighth or ninth item in this box. We've seen this brand before. It's Heavenly Sweet, and these are their Mango Passion Gummies. So I tried their lemon gummies before, and they're listed as 5 to 7 minute rapid onset, which you don't see any of these other edibles bragging about something similar. I don't know if that means they formulated it differently or if they're just like, I don't know, they're really bold in how soon you're going to feel this. But that's faster than you normally see. Like even a drink like this, they'll usually say, oh yeah, 15 to 20 minutes. And for most edibles, they're like, you wait up to 2 hours. You know, it's got to clear your stomach and get into your intestines and then into your bloodstream and then to your brain. So there's a lot of action going on there. But Heavenly Sweet, 5 to 7 minute rapid onset. So at, what is that? 10 milligrams each. Once again, they're not total brutal butt kickers, so I haven't had any problems per se, but I have noticed they come on pretty fast in my experience with the lemon variety. So, and really cute packaging. There's like clouds at the top and then magical mango swirly stuff going down there at the bottom. And similar to this Elefante container, there's a slit at the back for you to grab, but you can't actually open it without snipping the top. So, here we go. Now, like their lemon counterparts, they are much bigger than you'd expect. Probably about 2 or 3 times the actual size of these guys, and they've got a much more like gummy-like texture because I don't believe they're vegan. No, didn't say it. Yeah, so texture-wise, they're already sort of ahead, and they've got crystals of sugar on the outside, which give it, once again, like kind of a nice crunch. Fascinating. Smelled really strongly of mangoes. Biting into it, I think the sugar has the passion fruit flavor on it because really strong, almost overpoweringly strong passion fruit. No, it's in the gummy too. It's not passion fruit. No. You know what it is? It's the mango flavoring. It's got like peach coming through super strong. That's unusual. Wow. Yeah. I don't know where I'm going to stand on that. Texture, 10 out of 10. Flavor, confusing, honestly. Very sweet. Tastes like something that boba would be submerged in or something. But yeah, plus is the 5 to 7 minute rapid onset, minus for unusual flavor. But I don't know, if mango passion sounds really bomb to you, this could be exactly your thing. These are really strongly flavored. Probably, I'd say Elefante strongest with the watermelon, because I've never tasted watermelon flavor like that came through that cleanly. Followed by this though, which is just like really, really heavy duty. Like even now, it's still in my mouth. It still tastes like that gummy. So yeah, if you want your sweet fix, I'd recommend either these Elefante for the vegans out there, for gummy appreciators, connoisseurs perhaps, like myself. I stick to these guys, but I like the lemon flavor a lot more. Papa and Barkley, completely acceptable, but like I said, not the best texture, kind of crumbly. And then of course, the first savory one I had over there, crunchy, might be my favorite of the whole batch, honestly, just because I don't usually get crunchy or spicy sort of edible. Let me just... Okay. All right. So, there we go. To sum up, we've got Pabst Blue Ribbon Seltzer, Gummy, Gummy, Gummy. Then Sativa Disposable Vape by Lime, Kurvana Northern Lights, Surplus Cannabis Co. 1 gram Gorilla Glue number 4, Potli chili oil that is legitimately a little spicy, not that strong, and then higher with the roasted crunchy corn. So that's a lot. This has got to be, as far as edibles go, the most products I've got, and 2 grams is still a pretty legit amount of concentrates to get. So whole time I've been sitting on this, depriving you guys of it, here it is at last. April box in May. Yes. If you liked this box and would like to try products like this yourself, consider using my referral code. I'll shoot it like here or here, and it's definitely in the video description below. A bunch of you have been using it recently, so that was super cool. Thank you to all of the people who've used my referral link. This box was heavily subsidized by you, and you know, it works for everybody. I hope you also enjoyed your first box. If you got your first box and used my referral link, drop me a comment and tell me about it. I'd love to hear about it. And yeah, thank you for watching.